4 more years in the White House and still plenty to accomplish. Barack Obama begins his second term with the national debt, gun control, Middle East peace, and the threat of a nuclear Iran all prominent on the agenda. And then there's his campaign promises on the economy, which he says he intends to fulfill.
It's been a busy and productive 4 years, and I expect the same for the next 4 years. I intend to carry out the agenda that I campaigned on, an agenda for new jobs, new opportunity, and new security for the middle class.
But with American politics now so highly polarized, Obama may find it difficult to gain traction on his key issues. The recent last-minute negotiations to pass a deal to avoid the fiscal cliff show that bipartisan legislation is possible, though analysts say the president will have to choose his battles carefully.
It's not the kind of thing where he has to get a gun control bill tomorrow and then the next day he has to get immigration and then the day after that he has to get a climate change bill. But it does mean that But Congress works slowly, and it works especially slowly now in such a polarized environment. So he's going to have to pick a couple of things that he really wants to go to the mat on. And he has to do that relatively early because as the year winds down, members of Congress are going to start looking to the midterms, and they're going to become more concerned with that, and the political pressure on them to not deal with the president becomes greater.
Looking toward foreign policy, Obama's famous 2009 speech at Cairo University was dubbed a new beginning, and in it he reaffirmed his commitment to a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. But after a unilateral Palestinian statehood bid at the UN and the recent announcement of more Israeli settlements in the West Bank, peace is looking a distant prospect. The international community is once again calling on the US president to use his influence to reignite stalled peace talks. But such efforts have been complicated by Iran, which has refused to halt its controversial nuclear program in spite of heavy Western sanctions. Spurred on by Israel, some think that confrontation with Tehran over the issue could prove to be the defining moment of Obama's second term.
It's no good choice. Either you go to war in the Middle East again, against a huge country, or you potentially accept an Iranian nuclear weapons capability that could be actually turned into a bomb. And I think that choice is the hardest one for the next 4 years for the president, and therefore, in part, for the Secretary of Defense.
When Obama became America's first black president in 2009, it was an extraordinary moment for America. Returning to the White House for a second and final term, though perhaps less euphoric, offers Obama a chance to see through to the end his goals for the country and bring about changes both at home and abroad, which could leave his name permanently in the history books.